rights activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, JERMAIN BOTSIO.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, JERMAIN BOTSIO. On today's show, we were supposed to have Anthony Allen. If you were here in the first little intro here, we had some problems. Anthony Allen had some connectivity issues. So we'll try to get him on another time where we won't have any hiccups. So I would like to apologize for all the hoopla in the beginning. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you gosh darn share. All right? I'm going to need your help. I'm definitely going to need your help. You can see how crazy the world is right now. Right? Oh, yeah, the world real crazy. Everybody and they mamas was speaking about that Chinese balloon, right? It seemed like China has been the talk of the town for the last couple years. You know, we had a Chinese flu, Chinese balloon. Shoot, pretty soon we gonna be seeing Chinese money. Shoot. Make sure you guys help a brother out. I'm gonna need your help. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna need your help. For the folks who are on Rumble, I'm gonna turn on the Rumble link right now. Absolutely. So Rumble link is turned on. I'll drop that link here in a minute, just to put it out there for you guys. Absolutely. So if you're just now coming on in, we were supposed to have Anthony Allen tonight. We had a few technical issues getting him on here. So we're going to reserve him for next week. Absolutely. I'm mad about it, but you know, what can we do about it? We some soldiers. We got to roll on, right? The show must go on. Absolutely. So make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We got a lot to discuss tonight. Absolutely. We about to fly. I haven't been on here for a while. I had a few dental procedures. They're all stem from my accident I had last May. For the new folks who are in here, I broke my neck. Yeah, I was almost paraplegic. Absolutely. Broke my C2 and my C7. Yeah. I got spinal cord injury. I got some issues. But I'm up here running my mouth, doing what the Lord made me to do. So make sure you guys help me out in that effort. All right? Absolutely. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to fire. First one up, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to discuss a viral video that was sent to me by a young woman by the name of Vanessa. Shout out to Vanessa. Vanessa said, "Jermaine, I see why you don't like women." Now let me go ahead and put this out here, especially for the folks like Vanessa P. It's not like I just don't like women. I'm married. right? I have to like women, right? Something in me has to like women, right? I don't like most women, right? Yeah, I don't. And it's because of the attitude, it's because of the culture that is presented nowadays. Absolutely. And I want you guys to see this video she sent to me. It's a TikTok video about a woman. They call her spiritual wisdom. And I don't know about any spiritual wisdom coming from her. She has a viral video on her page, and it's called "Do Not Put His Name on the Birth Certificate." Gentlemen out there, you better get ready for this one. Right? You better get ready for this one. Most women think like this, and I want the gentlemen to understand. You better keep your eyes open. Let me go ahead and run this when I come back. We shall discuss this viral video. Do not put his name on the birth certificate. Here we go. Here we go.
Put his name on the birth certificate. If you are currently pregnant, or if you know somebody who's pregnant and they got pregnant by a fuckboy, I need you to really take this video very seriously. I'm dropping some free game. If he got you pregnant and he's treating you like shit during your pregnancy, not speaking to you, running the streets, he's already in a relationship with another woman and you're going through the pregnancy by yourself, or he's got his mama, his sister, some sort of family member keeping tabs of you, they're waiting for you to have a baby so that they can become more abusive because now you're trapped with a baby. A man that gets you pregnant is supposed to be loving, supportive, cooking your meals, helping you around the house, spoiling you because you're giving birth to his baby. He wants to make sure that your mental health is positive all the time. But a narcissistic fuckboy wants to abuse you by disappearing and bringing you pain, knowing he's with another woman while you're carrying his child. He wants you to stay depressed during the whole 9 months. And guess what? While your baby is growing in your belly, your baby can feel all that stress, which means your unborn child is also being abused. Yet and still, you want this man to be in this baby's life. He's already showing you early signs that he's a piece of shit father. But you're so weak and insecure and your self-esteem is so low, you still want to force a baby on a man that don't want you.
It's dangerous out there.
Now is the time for you to be planning your exit strategy before your child gets here. You are not to invite him into the delivery room. He's not supposed to know when you go into labor. It's none of his fucking business. He got you pregnant to trap you, to abuse you for the next 18 years. You better wake up and fast.
Wow.
His name should not go on the birth certificate because once you put him on the birth certificate, he now has certain rights. Okay. And then when he takes you to court and he gets visitation, by law, you cannot leave the state. Even if you get a job offer, even if you want to move and relocate, you got to get his permission to take his child out of the state. And guess what? He's going to say no to spite you because he wants you to stay trapped so he can keep abusing you. He's going to hold you up from moving on and upward and excelling in job and college and fuck your dreams up. Even with his child, he wants to control you.
And let me go ahead and stop it. Let me go ahead and stop it. Gentlemen out there and good women of the earth. You see what's going on here? Yeah, now you can see why Jermaine say, I don't like most women, right? Because they play this child keep away game. When it comes to marriage, 70 to 90% of the time, big swing though, women are the ones to leave. I want the men to understand that the juice ain't worth the squeeze a lot of the time. Well, God's done it most of the time. So this woman here, I want folks to understand something here. Women don't give each other good advice either. This woman here, instead of her to tell other women out there, hey, why don't you wait and get married? Why don't you wait and get married before you have a child out of wedlock? Right? She's not saying that at all. You know what she's saying? She's saying, hey, if you feel like he's abusing you, if you just don't want to be with, just run. Don't put his name on the birth certificate. She's not telling these women, hey, make sure that he's the right man. She's not doing it at all. And these are the current relationships that we have here in America. That's why most of our children are running around doing the devil's dance. I want folks to understand that. It's a very, very serious thing. Conservatives are so, I don't even know where their brain is at. We need to be worried about family. I want men to understand something. If you have a child out of wedlock, I would say 99% of the time, you ain't going to be in the child's life. 99% of the time, you're going to have a woman like this getting ready to make her exit strategy on you. It's not right at all. Not right at all. Now, if, a guy is abusing you and things of this nature, ladies, there's other avenues to, get redemption. There's other avenues. But taking off and running with the child, not putting the name on the birth certificate, making it hard for the child to have a family is wrong. That's why we got so many baby mamas here in America. America is the land of baby mamas. Baby mamas and snotty-nosed kids. I want folks to understand. And I want people to understand something too. No, it's not just a quote-unquote liberal issue, right? Oh, these are just liberal women. No, conservative women do it too. This is an American woman issue. It's an American woman issue. It's not a right and left issue. It's an American woman issue. Absolutely. We need family in this country. And if we have people who have this mindset, that, hey, if this guy is just talking to me any type of way, if I just feel like I don't like his hair, I'm going to leave and take the child, I think that's wrong. I think that's absolutely wrong, and that is what a lot of women are doing nowadays. And I want the women to understand that's why a lot of folks aren't giving the single moms any sympathy anymore, because they understand this new age single mom is single by choice. She isn't single because the guy ran. She's single because, whoop, I don't like you anymore, Tim. And guess what? I'm taking your child. That's the type of single moms we have. We don't have the ones like back in the day where the man died off in war, died at his job. We don't have that anymore. We have this dumb stuff. And I want conservatives to understand, we cannot win the culture war. We cannot win politically if our families are not put together. We can't, not at all. We just can't. So we need to have legislation out there to help men be in their children's lives. And I want the men to understand, the women talk. You see how they're talking on here, right? Yeah, they are talking. And the women on this program right now, they know what I'm talking about too. They know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I encourage gentlemen out there to be honest with women. Be honest. Because when you're not honest, they run this this game on you like this. And by the time you open up your eyes, you're mad and you're screwed up. That's where it's at. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Oh, yeah. Make sure you share. All right? This type of stuff going all the time. It goes on all the time. There's so many fathers out there who want to be fathers. And they're screwed because a woman just doesn't like it anymore. I want the gentleman to understand that. That's why marriage in this country is at its lowest, and it's going to dip lower and lower. Because it's not beneficial for a man to get married. It's just not. There's too much at stake. He loses gosh darn everything. Now, are there women out there who lose in the marriage game? Right? And it is a game. Yeah. But that's not the majority. Not at all. So, Republicans got to start waking up. You want to save this country, you have to start by saving the family. How do you preserve the family? And we encourage good morals through legislation, just like liberals encourage bad morals through legislation. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Make sure you do share. Let me go ahead and give somebody a shout out real quick here. Shout out to my guy, brother from another mother, Robert Marvin, took our $10 challenge on PayPal. Shout out to you, Robert Marvin. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Absolutely. Next one up. I want to go ahead and show you guys a viral video that got a lot of people talking. Now, last week, I showed you guys a video of a woman twerking, right? Moving her butt in front of a kid, right? Well, let me tell you something. I got another video. I certainly do. Oh, yes, with black folks again, too. Right? I'm wondering if white folks do this, or Asian folks, or Indians, or aliens. Do they do this with their children? Let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. Make sure you share. Make sure you do share. Here we go.
Grayson, I did a split. I'm done. Oh, Lord, Grayson, I did a split.
Bow. Let me play it again. Let me play this again. Here we go.
Grayson, I did a split. I'm done. Oh, Lord, Grayson, I did a split.
Ladies and gentlemen, look how crazy this looks. Look how crazy this looks. You see the children? And you wonder why America is going down. Look at what this person's doing. Our children are attacked every day they wake up, either by the dumb adults in their life or what's being spewed on TV. You just can't make it up. You just can't make this BS up. And then look at this woman here. It's almost as if they're at some sort of strip club. You get what I'm saying? Bojangles Titty Bar. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they have Bojangles Titty Bar. And then it looked like some kids broke in. Look at this. Who in their right mind would be doing stuff like this and think that it's appropriate? This is the main reason why, ladies and gentlemen, we need fathers in the children's lives. Because let alone to single black mamas, they're allowing this stuff to go on and they believe it's cute. Right? But look at the little girl right there. The little girl slapped. Did you see the little girl slap that little character's behind? Look at it again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this little kid. Slapping the behind of that character, ladies and gentlemen. Being groomed early. You just can't get around this stuff. You just can't. And in the black community, the single mama rate is astronomical. Out of wedlock birth rate is astronomical. These children are being subjected to this type of behavior. They get hypersexual very early. And having children very early without knowing the consequences. This is absolutely sick. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is reality for a lot of people in our country. Once more again, take a look at this. Grown folks around. Grown woman. Look how nasty she is. Nasty. And the kid is slapping the butt. That's how nasty it is. And if you go ahead, look at the girls in the back shaking their behind. And if you go ahead and say anything about it, they'll get mad at you. They will get mad at you, ladies and gentlemen. It's outrageous. But this is what's going on. Out of control. And you saw all those hair hats there, right? Yeah. Now, how many of you guys believe that they're taking good care of the children when they're behaving like this? It looks like, those children are going to become scholars. The next rocket scientists of our country. Probably not. Probably the next drug dealers, pimps, and prostitutes. That's what the black community is pumping out with their hypersexual music and their thuggetry. Can't get around it. Cannot. So Family is very important, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And when the children are having children early, right? Children having children. This type of behavior goes on. Without traditional family, conservatives out there, without traditional family, these are the things that happen. I have another video for you guys here. Another one. Make sure you share. Make sure you do share. It's about a black boy. He was caught doing an illegal act. And he's having some words with an officer while he's being detained. And I want you guys to listen to what he is saying. I want you guys to look at his behavior. These are the children of our country behaving this way because of the lack of family, the lack of discipline, the lack of respect for authority. Take a look.
Look, I should have fired on you because you over there doing a lot of these niggas on camera, nigga. Stop playing with me. What y'all want me to do? You want to strike or what? I should have fired on you because you over there think you're doing something with that little bitch ass trespass order. I'll break that bitch ass computer, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. I'll bitch get up right now with my mama. I'll beat the shit out you in front of your mans. And if your man try to jump in, he gonna get his ass whooped too, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I'm on tip, nigga. What you want to do, nigga? I'll put some hand sanitizer on my hand and open hand your bitch ass, nigga. Talking about, oh, he got a firearm. Bitch, I ain't got no firearm. Stop lying on my name, nigga, before I knock your teeth out. Bitch, you ain't gonna be able to tell you nigga. Looking dumb as fuck, nigga, like a bowl out. What you looking at, nigga? You wanna scrap? You wanna scrap, nigga? You wanna get out of there? Fuck
Look at him. He's trying to fight the police.
Step over here and I promise you, nigga, you gonna have to tase you, nigga, because I'm gonna be on top of
You got an ID and any older one?
join your shit in, nigga. You better stop playing with me, nigga. You know who I am, nigga? Fuck wrong with you, nigga?
95 is.
I ain't gotta steal shit, nigga, on my soul. You want my wallet at, nigga? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You want my wallet at,
And ladies and gentlemen,
nothing, nigga. Big
he's calling the police officer a nigga. This black boy is calling the police officer a nigga. He's also acting like a nigga too. I want folks to understand this is what happens when black single mamas are raising children. When black women are raising children all by themselves with Satan, let me tell you, they produce children like this. They produce animals and thugs.
bro around this bitch, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Big bro around this bitch, nigga. Ain't gotta steal shit from these bum ass niggas. Nigga, stop playing with me, nigga. What y'all niggas talking about? Nigga, stop playing with me, nigga. What is you talking about? And my shit busting, nigga. I got two. Nigga, my shit busting, nigga. I got two. Bro, y'all got three. Bro, y'all got 300, nigga. What you gonna do? Nigga, I'll walk up on you right now, nigga. On my mama, you touch me, nigga. I'll fire on your ass, nigga. What? Nigga, what? Cause you know I'm gonna beat the shit out you, nigga. Cause you know I'm gonna beat the shit out you, nigga. Now step over here. Step over here, cause you a bitch, nigga. You bitch made ass nigga, nigga. I can see it in your eyes, you a bitch, nigga. You don't want this shit, nigga. Better stop these streets for your ass be killed, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? What you wanna do, nigga? What y'all wanna do? You wanna scrap? You wanna scrap? You wanna scrap, nigga? What? I'll scrap both of these at the same time, nigga. What you gonna do? Tase me? Oh my god. I got tased, nigga, so I'ma just. Nigga, what? Stop playing with me. I'll break this computer. Ain't gonna be doing no trespass order. You put my name. You put my name in that bitch. I'm breaking this computer, nigga. I'll promise you. I'll punch this bitch one time and watch this bitch get the sparking, nigga. I promise you, nigga. And if I catch you off balls, nigga, I should fire on you.
Bow. And let me stop it right here. So you heard that. And I want white folks to understand that's a lot of black children. That is. They speak and act like that. Calling each other niggas. Oh yeah. calling white people niggas, make millions of dollars doing it too. That kid need an ass whooping. You see how he's not afraid of authority. He's not afraid of the older men that are there speaking with him. He's not afraid at all. This is what happens when a lot of the times when you're raised in the hood. You're raised without a father. You just got your mama there. Right? He was detained, ladies and gentlemen, for shoplifting. Talking about he's going to fire on these folks. He's going to slap them. That type of niggerish attitude is what he sees in his daily life. These are the type of young men, young boys, who are running away from the police. When they grow up to be men, they don't listen. They become the George Floyds of the world. I want folks to understand this. That young boy grows up to become a George Floyd. Yeah. A Negro who doesn't listen, who doesn't do the right thing. That's why family's important. Now you can see why family's important, right? Family is very important. We got to remove the incentive for women to have a child and run. We have to remove the incentive for people to break up when they have children. And I want folks to understand something here, especially the men. If you have a child with a woman, the government incentivizes her to leave. Yes. And women out there, guess what? Jermaine knows, right? Yeah, you can't say, hey, Jermaine, that ain't true, right? I know. Some of these guys here, you know, they got something in their ears. There's something going on with them. They haven't woken up to reality yet. That the government incentivizes you to leave. That's why women are leaving 90% of the time. Right? What's the incentive to stay together when you get paid to leave? And when you get paid to leave, right? Big Daddy government. Big Daddy government and the single mama raise Satan's little children like this, who are running around calling each other niggas, fighting, stealing, and four-wheeling. That's what's going on. So we have to open up our eyes, take the wax out of our ears, and do what is right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need to do. It's very simple. That's what we need to do. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Make sure you do share. Next one up here, ladies and gentlemen. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump is going to sue Ron DeSantis. Well, he is suing Ron DeSantis over him cutting African American studies courses. I want you guys to take a look at this when I come back. I want to speak about it. Make sure you share.
Are we going to let Governor DeSantis or anybody exterminate black history from the classrooms of Florida? Senator Hill, will we let...
Tonight at 6, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump not mincing any words when it comes to a course controversy. The attorney is taking aim at Governor Ron DeSantis over plans to block an advanced placement course that teaches African American history.
CBS 4's Yvonne Taylor joins us in studio, and he has the details about a lawsuit that the governor may soon face. Yvonne?
Elder and Naja, I can tell you it's quite a controversy because the plaintiff to the lawsuit are 3 high school students. This is according to civil rights attorney Ben Crump. They were denied the right to take AP African American course in Florida.
It is about them. This is what the fight is for. These 3 young people will be the lead plaintiffs in a historic lawsuit.
Elijah Edwards is one of 3 plaintiffs in a possible lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. They want to see the Advanced Placement African American Studies class brought to Florida schools.
This is America, not a communist nation. I thought here in this country, we believed in the free exchange of ideas, not the suppression of it. I don't expect much to change in Mr. DeSantis' mind, but he has the power to work with the College Board to approve the valuable curriculum that is so desperately needed.
I believe that knowledge is the bridge to understanding.
Miami-Dade School Board member Steve Gallon, who believes the governor's decision violates state laws, is hoping for an agreement with College Board about the course.
It is my expectation that we comply with Florida law, and that is to ensure that all students are taught African American history. That's stipulated in statute. This is important to all of Florida students.
We want education, not indoctrination.
On Monday, Governor DeSantis reaffirmed why he was not willing to approve the class in Florida high schools.
When you try to use black history to shoehorn in queer theory, you are clearly trying to use that for political purposes.
How is it political to talk about the struggles we've endured?
What percentage of the course would you say is queer theory?
Well, I think they identified 6 particular areas that were of concern, and queer theory was one. But as we do know, the College Board never released the full spectrum, the full menu of the curriculum.
And I must say that is an interesting aspect because we talked to someone who has been involved in the pilot program of the course. We were told there is no textbook yet. So it seems as though the argument made by the Florida Department of Education is based on a pamphlet and not a book. And this would be part of the argument of the possible lawsuit. Live in the studio, Yvonne Taylor, CBS 4 News.
Bow. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think? So, Ron DeSantis says, hey, this ain't about African American studies. This is about pushing an agenda, queer theory. Now, I believe it's probably pushing a little bit more than queer theory. It'll probably have a little bit of CRT mess in there and some other stuff in there. That's one of the main reasons why he's rejecting it. Liberals love to just, throw this out there as a headline. But the devil is in the details, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. It really is. They're not just teaching African American history. Not at all. They're teaching racism. A lot of these black courses, that's all they're doing. They're just building hate for white people in the coursework. That's it. But nobody wants to speak about that. Now, will Ron DeSantis win this? I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about it at all. I can tell you it's going to be a hard fight because of Ben Crump, the media, and the subject matter. Now, is quote-unquote queer theory part of African American studies? I don't know. When I took African American studies in college, there was no queer theory. We learned about African Americans, quote-unquote black Americans, who made a difference in the lives of black folks and all Americans. Right? Some of it might have been whitewashed, right? Well, I know a little bit was whitewashed because, you know, if you do a little bit of research into a lot of it, you'll start to know that they're missing a lot of details. But what's going on right now is a revision of history. Everything they're teaching has to deal with an agenda. Queer agenda, LGBTQ agenda, a communist agenda. I want folks to understand that. They're making people of color more radical and gay than ever. Think I'm playing. More radical and gay than ever, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if I was, Ron DeSantis, what I would be able to, I would do the same thing. I would. And I'd stand on it. Ron DeSantis needs some good black Americans to stand up and speak against what's going on. Because I know exactly the way they're going to run it. They're going to say, hey, Ron DeSantis is a white man, right? No matter if he has Cuban blood or whatever blood he has. They'll say, ladies and gentlemen, that Ron DeSantis is a white man and he's being racist. And the reason why I don't like this at all is because it brings a lot of attention to what the liberals want, which is everybody to speak about racism, everybody to speak about color, right? And no matter if Ron DeSantis wins or loses, it's a win for these fools on the left. Because all it does is gin up hate and make it more easy for them to push their agenda, no matter how you look at it. Now, Keith Stennett, you say DeSantis will win. George says liberal judge could let it fly. And that's what I'm scared of. A lot of these judges now are liberals. So we shall see. We shall see. If we had more governors across the country standing up and doing what he was doing, I would say maybe he has a chance. But because of the nature of the argument right now, I just can't call it. I just can't. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Please, oh, please, I'm going to need your help. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Biden's State of the Union address. Now, he had it last night. It was a bore fest. Absolutely. I watched it, though. I certainly did. I can tell you they done hot Biden up on some drugs. He was speaking real fast, ladies and gentlemen. His eyes were open. like he took cocaine. He must have got it from Ben Shapiro. You know, Ben Shapiro, you talk real fast like he on cocaine. Yeah. I think that he took some of Ben Shapiro's cocaine. They sharing it. Cause that sucker was talking fast. Absolutely. And he was trying to roast too. Joe Biden trying to roast folks. Ain't that crazy? Let me go ahead and run you guys this video here. When it come back, I want to speak about it. Do you believe Biden and what he said in the State of the Union? He made a lot of statements. He made a lot of statements, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are calling him huge whoppers. Right? They call him the Burger King. Because he was having whopper after whopper. I kid you not. Take a look.
You know, we're often told that Democrats and Republicans can't work together. But over the past 2 years, we've proved the cynics and naysayers wrong. We're building an economy where no one's left behind. Jobs are coming back. Pride is coming back. Now, some members here are threatening, and I know it's not an official party position, so I'm going to exaggerate, but threatening to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act. As my coach, that's okay. That's fair. As my football coach used to say, lots of luck in your senior year. Make no mistake, if you try anything to raise the cost of producing jobs, I will veto it. The climate crisis doesn't care if you're in a red or blue state. It's an existential threat. We have an obligation, not to ourselves, but to our children and grandchildren, to confront it. A lot of you at home agree with me and many people that you know. The tax system is not fair. It is not fair. Some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority.
That's another line. That one was huge.
Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see my administration has cut the deficit by more than $1.7 trillion. The largest deficit reduction in American history. Under the previous administration, the American deficit went up 4 years in a row. Let's recognize how far we came in the fight against the pandemic itself. While the virus is not gone, thanks to the resilience of the American people and the ingenuity of medicine, we've broken the COVID grip on us. But what happened to Tyree and Memphis happens too often. We have to do better. Give law enforcement the real training they need. Hold them to higher standards. Help them succeed in keeping us safe. Ban assault weapons now. Ban them now. Once and for all. If we don't pass my comprehensive immigration reform, at least pass my plan to provide the equipment and officers to secure the border. And a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, those on temporary
He knew
status,
that was a
farm
lie.
workers, essential
You
workers.
see the way Ted Cruz was shaking his head? He was like, I can't believe this MF said this. Look at the way Ted Cruz looking. Look at the way Ted Cruz looking. And look at the speaker. Look at him.
And a pathway to citizenship
Oh, Lord.
for dreamers, those on temporary status, farm workers, essential workers. Congress must restore the right that was taken away in Roe v. Wade and protect Roe v. Wade. Make no mistake about it. If Congress passes a national ban, I will veto it. Putin's invasion has been a test for the ages, a test for America, a test for the world. Would we stand for the most basic of principles? Would we stand for sovereignty? We stand for the right of people to live free of tyranny? will we stand for the defense of democracy. There's no place for political violence in America. We have to protect the right to vote, not suppress that fundamental right. Honor the results of our elections, not subvert the will of the people. We have to uphold the rule of law and restore trust in our institutions of democracy. And we must give hate and extremism in any form no safe harbor. We're the United States of America, and there's nothing beyond our capacity if we do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
Wow.
Thank you.
He means God bless you all. Let Satan get you. That's how evil he is. Ladies and gentlemen, what you guys think about this? What do you think? Ain't this crazy? Didn't I tell you he was the Burger King? Whopper after Whopper. You know, I don't know if he had onions on the Whopper, but he had a whole bunch of ketchup. Or as my son would say, catsup. Yeah. Whopper after Whopper. That's all he was telling, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't this the most energized you seen him? Somebody say he took a hit of meth. Yeah, he probably did. He took a hit of ice. Maybe he had some cocaine. He had something, I can tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Or maybe that wasn't him. I had a friend tell me, JERMAIN, I think they cloned him. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? So he was up there, ladies and gentlemen, telling lie after lie. You can see the folks that are ruining the country clapping and booing, but ain't doing a gosh darn thing to save us. This man here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think he'll make it another year. I don't think he'll make it another year. You know who got a whole bunch of wrinkles on them? The vice, I was about to say that there. Kamala Harris. Kamala Nepass Harris. She getting older and older. That wall is cracked, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. She reached the wall, and the wall cracked her face. Absolutely. That's what happens when you're old knee beggar. Absolutely. Now, Joe Biden said this yesterday that had a lot of people upset. And this was after we had that Chinese spy balloon. Take a look at this. Biden says China was increasing its power and America was failing before he took office. Take a look at this.
Before I came to office, the story was about how the People's Republic of China was increasing its power and America was failing in the world. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Do you guys believe that? Him, 10% to the big guy. He's 10% to the big guy. He's the big guy. He claims that he is, stopping China. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at how long it took them to shoot down that gosh darn spy balloon. And that balloon had explosives on it. Yeah. The national story should be the lack of security, the lack of, apparent, the lack of a apparent concern for the well-being of American citizens in our country by the president and the Pentagon. The Pentagon let this balloon just fly across America too before they shot it in the Atlantic Ocean. These people, ladies and gentlemen, are inept. They're not smart. That's why I call them retarded. They are truly retarded. There's something wrong with their brain. And this man has the nerve to say that he is stopping China from increasing its power. How? As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, these people are working for China. These people are Chinese spies. When the lights go off, when the cameras are shut off, they're speaking Mandarin. Yeah, they're speaking Mandarin and eating chicken fried rice and General Tso chicken. Absolutely. You cannot trust these folks. So he's putting out a lie after a lie, thinking that nobody will call him out on it. And you can see Marjorie Taylor Greene, a whole host of folks who were in the building calling him a liar, standing up and doing what is needed. I just thought that was just crazy for him to say stuff like this. Absolutely crazy. Now, Joe Schmo from the Morning Joe says that Republicans last night were booing reality. I want you guys to take a look at what he's saying here. Here we go.
So here is that exchange between President Biden and heckling Republicans over the debt ceiling.
Nearly 25% of the entire national debt that took over 200 years to accumulate was added by just one administration alone, the last one. They're the facts. Check it out. Check it out. How did Congress respond to that debt? They did the right thing. They lifted the debt ceiling 3 times without preconditions or crisis. They paid American bills to prevent an economic disaster to the country. So tonight I'm asking the Congress to follow suit. Let's commit here tonight to the full faith and credit of the United States of America will never, ever be questioned. Some of my Republican friends want to take the economy hostage. I get it, unless I agree to their economic plans. All of you at home should know what those plans are. Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority.
Another one.
Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion. You know, it means if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they'd go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals.
Who?
I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some.
Who? People want to know who.
Look, folks. The idea is that we're not going to be moved into being threatened to default on the debt if we don't respond. Folks, so folks, as we all apparently agree, Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? They're not to be stopped. All right. I'm ready. We got unanimity.
Listen, okay, so if you're at home, and you're not as much of a nerd as me, and you don't follow all this stuff, let me tell you something. They were booing reality, Republicans. When Joe Biden said that one administration raised the debt like more than first 220 years of presidents, we've been saying it on the show, that's the truth. The debt went up 25%. When he said Republicans raised the debt ceiling 3 times during the Trump administration, wait, why are they booing? They did it. What are they doing? Booing themselves for doing that? And then this is the one that gets me when it's talking about how they're talking about sunsetting Social Security and Medicare every 5 years. Nobody dreamed that up. That was the head of the Republican Senate Campaign Committee. He won't say his name. I will say his name. Say his name. Rick Scott, the most powerful Republican in the United States Senate for running campaigns. So they're acting like jackasses because they can't deal with the truth. They just can't deal with the truth. And they make themselves look foolish. You know, Elizabeth, here's the problem being a leader of Republicans right now is Marjorie Taylor Greene just gave a gift to Joe Biden, gave a gift to the Democratic Party, gave a gift to every Democrat that is running against Republicans that won in Biden districts. And yet the incentive structure is such that Marjorie Taylor Greene will raise $1 million or so by calling the president a liar. So you have all of these extremists that are raising a ton of money while damaging their party, and they just don't care. So if you're Kevin McCarthy, what do you do?
Fringe has taken over. That's what's happened. We've seen that, but we know they've got disproportionate power, and their
Fringe
performance, they are
taken
performers
over
rather than legislators. And I think what was interesting about the speech was how much it was obviously, it's leaving aside the Republicans, it was meant to reach out to these working class voters.
Bow. And let me go ahead and stop it there. What do you got to think about this? Republicans were booing reality. No, Republicans were booing the misrepresentation of what he was saying. He was making up a lie. He was misrepresenting the facts. That's what he was doing, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the main reason why Democrats aren't your friends. This is the main reason why Republicans need to put on the armor and fight. You cannot, ladies and gentlemen, hold evil's hand and say that you want to work with evil. You cannot. We have views that are diametrically opposed to these fools. We are not the same. We are oil and water. We need to put on the armor of God and fight. Joe Biden has no qualm about, quote unquote, calling out Republicans or, fake roasting Republicans. We need to be able to do the same thing, but tell the truth. Right? He was telling lies. We could tell the truth. The Republican response was good. It was very good. But we need to see action. We do. Kevin McCarthy, we need to see action. Them putting out, abolishing the IRS. I like that idea. The flat tax, fair tax. I like that. 30%. Are you smoking crack rocks? Right? If you're rich, it don't matter for you. If you're middle class, lower income folks, it's damaging you. Sorry, but that's what the truth is. Who the hell would propose that? We have to do a better job in thinking about the small American. We have to. Liberals are coming up with social programs from here to the moon. From here to the moon, there's social programs being pushed out by the liberals. Mostly helping women and children and old folks. Sorry, guys, right? They don't care about men. That should be apparent for most folks out there. Republicans need to do a better job in trying to address some of the issues that the working class have, without just offering tax breaks and calling somebody a communist. So that's what it is here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. And that is our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming on in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be on tomorrow by myself. Yeah, by myself. I was gonna have we might have somebody on, a special guest. But I'll be on tomorrow, giving you guys a good word. So make sure you guys come and hang out with us. Absolutely. With that being said, you guys take care. Have a very, very, very good night. And we'll catch you guys here later with another edition of Conservative Nation.